Max stared at his hand in shock. Countless glowing tadpole-like particles were floating in the air around him. He quickly hid his hand under the pillow. Your one subscribe motivates us to bring more amazing USA-style emotional stories every day. But instead of disappearing, the strange lights began glowing even brighter. Panicking, Max opened his palm and the shining liquid suddenly exploded outward. Every light in the room flickered once and instantly shut off. Max had no idea what was happening to him. He grabbed a few electronic devices from his house and headed deep into the forest so he could experiment with this mysterious power. As he lightly moved his right hand, the glowing liquid appeared again. The moment it emerged, all the electronic devices nearby turned on by themselves. At that exact moment, inside a secret underground laboratory beneath the city, a mysterious glowing object suddenly activated as well. The scientists were stunned. The object had been buried underground for decades, and despite countless attempts, it had never reacted before. But now it was glowing on its own. The entire lab was immediately placed under lockdown, yet somehow the object managed to escape. The next day, Max went to school like normal, but the power inside him had become even more unstable. He rode his bike looking for an isolated place, but in his hurry, he crashed into a pickup truck and was thrown across the road. Max groaned in pain, but the moment he saw who was driving the truck, the pain vanished instantly. It was Annie, the most beautiful girl in school. Feeling guilty, Annie apologized for hitting him, gave him a ride, and even fixed his bike. Seeing an opportunity, Max tried talking to her, but suddenly he felt the strange energy inside him starting to erupt again. He quickly made an excuse, said goodbye to Annie, and rushed toward the forest. Something on the road was following Max and tracking the energy waves coming from his body. It could clearly sense the strange signals surrounding him. For days, someone had secretly been following Max. Eventually, Max reached the forest and once again tried controlling the energy waves, but he failed. The energy inside his body kept growing stronger, and he couldn't contain it anymore. Frustrated and furious, Max screamed at the top of his lungs. Hearing this left Max completely devastated. Wanting answers, Max decided to visit Miles, one of his father's closest friends. Miles told him about a special device designed to store massive amounts of energy. According to him, Max's father had been using that device to collect enormous power, but the system overloaded and caused the deadly explosion. Now Max was confused because Steele had told him one story, while Miles told him another. At that moment, the strange energy waves inside Max erupted again, forcing him to leave. As he rushed home, he suddenly noticed a gigantic storm chasing him. The storm had actually been created by the UltraLink Aliens, who were rapidly approaching to kill him. Max tried desperately to escape, but then Steele merged with him and transformed him into Max Steel. In an instant, Max became a superhero and fiercely battled the UltraLink Aliens, forcing them to retreat. Soon afterward, Max saw even more of Steele's memories. This time he discovered that Steele had also been present on the day his father died. Realizing this, Max became suspicious and believed Steele might actually be dangerous. However, Steele explained that it had been working alongside Max's father on a project meant to destroy the UltraLink Aliens forever. Even so, Max refused to trust him and walked away. When Max reached home, he found the same people who had been chasing Steele standing outside. Terrified, he noticed that his mother, Molly, was also inside the house. Afraid they might capture him in front of her, Max avoided entering and instead called Miles for help. Miles revealed that those people worked for a company called N-Tech and already knew everything about Steele. They had also discovered that Max and Steele were connected, which meant they wanted Max too. Then Miles dropped another shocking revelation. Max's mother, Molly, had been kidnapped and taken to the laboratory. Hearing this, Max immediately went to Sophia's house, borrowed her truck, and drove straight to the lab. At the same time, Molly revealed that she was actually the owner of N-Tech. She ordered her agents to find Max because she had finally learned the truth as well. Eventually, Max reached the lab and entered Chamber 1, where he found Steele trapped inside a containment chamber in sleep mode. Suddenly, Max experienced another vision. This time, he finally saw the complete truth about the day his father died. Steele was not responsible at all.